Tim MacDonald. Welcome back to the show.
Bart, thanks for having me. It's always a pleasure to join you and your audience.
It's always a pleasure to have you here, particularly now because our new Pope, just not even a week into his reign, into his role, and we've had some time to learn a bit about, I think quite a bit more. What do you think?
What I really like is his Michigan connection. I don't know if you've caught this yet, that he went to high school in Holland. There used to be an Augustinian seminary there. It's closed now. The house is still there. So he went to high school in our state, and then I was just doing a baptism in Ann Arbor last night, and somebody showed me a picture of him baptizing a child in Flint back in 1999. So,
wow.
You know, he has some real Midwestern roots. It's hard to tell when you see him that far away, standing on that balcony in that basilica.
You could be Pope. Does that give you any hope that?
I think this will be a once and done.
Okay.
Yeah, this is a once in a lifetime experience for the Catholic Church and for us in America.
I think he being young, I compared to
the older we get, 69 is
69,
younger and younger.
That's young.
Yes. He's
my
barely just started.
I'm going to be 69 this year.
God bless you. You're aging in reverse. You have that going for
Yes. Yes. It's a lot of all the connections to Chicago.
Yes.
The big headlines in Chicago's papers: "Da Pope," and Tops.
And a White Sox fan to boot.
Yes.
I mean, they needed one. He counts for 4.
Topps trading card has the Pope, and he's the most successful single-issue trading card ever in the history of Topps.
I didn't realize they did that.
I didn't either.
I'd love it if they did that for those Cardinals. I didn't know any of those people. Look at that.
I didn't either.
Do you get some gum with that? That they will then chew in church?
I don't know. I know you don't like people chewing at mass.
What's interesting is once in a previous parish, we took out all the pews to send them off to be refinished. Then we found out where all the gum is, because people actually stick it under the bench.
Now, some churches, they encourage people. They even have coffee shops in their lobby.
Yes.
Yes.
People may wonder that because we had a funeral this morning, and I saw some coffees coming in there, some lattes and frappes and frappuccino. But because we're supposed to fast before receiving Holy Communion, we shouldn't even have. Well, we can have water.
Water.
Yeah, but we're not having the kiosk. I will not be a barista. Not anytime soon.
Especially a funeral. People bringing a latte to a funeral.
Well, at least they came to the funeral. Yeah. I think the person saw me looking at it. Then they at least went in the cry room to finish it.
Do you give them the look?
I do. That and people that will not take off their hat. And that's ever increasing. Men that will wear hats indoors no matter what.
It's getting to be short shirt season.
Oh, well, modest is the hottest. I guess that's my only advice I can give. When we turn the air conditioning on in the church hours before we have Mass in the summer, so it's actually cold in there. So people dress as if they're going to Mass in some tropical island, but they're going to want a wrap or a shawl or something. I might give them one.
Do you think the new Pope, Pope Leo, will come to the United States?
I certainly hope so. I would think that he'd have to have a homecoming tour at some point. It wouldn't surprise me if he goes to Peru first, although Pope Francis never went back to Argentina. But I think that since he is an Augustinian, as the head of that order, he would have served in many capacities all over the world. I bet he goes somewhere else first. I think he's really going to downplay his American background, not because he doesn't love us, but because so many other countries are wary of America's thirst for power,
right?
That we want all the money and the power. And so I think that he'll go gently, much like his first speech where there was no English.
Well, I think some Americans are almost embarrassed that the popes from our country. It's like,
we have plenty of other reasons to be embarrassed.
Yeah, that's true. So it appears, according to some of the reports, that more people it's possible that having an American Pope and a younger Pope and someone more in the vein of Pope Francis is bringing more people back to the church. Do you sense that?
I certainly hope it's true. I mean, we've seen an increase at our church, but across the country, it's really hard to tell because there's fewer and fewer Catholic churches. So if you had the same number of Catholics or even a growing number of Catholics, but fewer churches to put them in, it's going to look like a bigger crowd. So I think we have to wait and see how it all shakes out. Certainly, we're seeing a great renaissance in vocations. As, in a few weeks, Bishop Boyer is going to ordain 7 men to be priests in our diocese. The year after that, if they all stick with it, 5. And some dioceses are lucky if they can get 1
that's
every
good
other
news.
year. So we got a new crop, and of course, one is coming to Jackson. So Father Chaz will be rejoicing that he's getting a baby priest to wean.
Yes, another one of those from
Fowler.
It's the
Fowler,
home.
the vocations breadbasket. Yes.
Yeah.
I was pastor there for 4 years, almost 20 years ago, and 3 of the young men that I pastored at that time are now priests of this
Wow,
diocese.
you must have the magic touch.
Well, I told them they get a free house. That's really an amazing incentive these days. People look at mortgage rates, say, free house, I'm there.
It's a great incentive these days.
Depends on the house.
And car too. Sometimes they get a car.
My brother, who's a pastor in Los Angeles, they provide the car.
There you go.
But he didn't get to pick it. I'd have a problem with that.
It's a Buick.
What is it? I think it's no, it's a Hyundai, like I drive. So
California.
all
right.
3 priests in my family, we all drive Hyundai for some reason,
That's interesting.
but we don't like
A
Korean
Hyundai
food.
family. Well, it turns out you're not a musical family because your dad is, but you kids weren't.
Yes, this is really interesting. My father, Larry, who you see in the picture there, that's when he came to play our new Steinway piano back in November of 2023, and he wants to come back and play some more songs. So he was professionally trained as a concert pianist.
No kidding.
And I don't know if I should say this into the microphone or not, but it was at that large university in Columbus. And
No, you shouldn't.
then somehow he ended up in Michigan teaching music at Mott Community College in Flint for 55 years. And he really loves to entertain.
I understand.
He talks a lot during his concerts too, so people have to understand they're not just going to listen to the piano. I challenged him yesterday on the phone. I said, you got to cut that back a little bit. Lord have mercy.
Oh, I think people like that because he's going to be playing a theme concert, right?
He is going to play George Gershwin's Rhapsody in Blue,
That's
which
like-
is one of his, it's very hard to play.
I love it. It's like 20 minutes long. too.
Oh, he'll do a great job with that. Then he wants to play some Bach. Then he wants to open up his classical folder of the Golden Age of Hollywood.
And that's his specialty because he's actually written.
He loves movies. He loves movie soundtracks. I was telling someone last night that we watched so many old movies when I was a kid. They were all black and white. This is before cable. That I asked my dad, when did God create color? I thought that the world was in black and white, and then all of a sudden he changed his mind.
Well, here you are as a kid. Can you pick out which one is Father Tim? I'm going to say the one in the front on the left.
It will probably help that I'm the youngest.
The one in the middle on the front.
That's Father Adam.
Oh,
He's also a priest.
you've got a brother that's a
Yep.
priest.
So in the top of that picture, the one with the very, very large collar on that leisure suit, he's the pastor in Los Angeles. They probably wouldn't let him in the state if they saw how he was dressed in that picture. But I'm the baby in my father's arms, and that's Larry, who's going to come and play at Queens this Sunday afternoon at 3 p.m. It's free and open to the public. And afterwards, he's going to be selling and signing copies of his newest book called Best Picture, where
Wow.
he's going to take people all throughout the Academy Awards and talking about the behind-the-scenes stories of every Best Picture Oscar winner.
We have a clip of your dad at last year's concert. Let's take a look. Wow.
When he finished that, I thought he broke it. Yeah, he was really pounding away there. And the interesting thing is he'll put some music out for some pieces, but then he doesn't look at it. So for the most part, he has it memorized, and that's how much he practices.
Wow.
And that's what we usually went to bed hearing as children, was things like that. It was kind of terrifying sometimes, depending on what he was playing.
So you didn't learn, he didn't teach you kids how to play the piano.
I do have to admit to your audience, this is we speak only truth from the pulpit and on the Bart Hawley Show. Larry MacDonald has 6 children. Not one of us can play the piano. So he's going to die with his gift. That's for sure. He's
Right.
taken it to the grave.
Did
It's
he-
kind of like Grandma's favorite recipes that she never
Yeah.
wrote down. We'll never know.
Did you inherit your sense of humor from him? Is he funny like you?
He thinks he is. My father enjoys idioms and puns. He's very punny. I decided to be funny. He's sticking to idioms and puns. Sometimes we don't even understand it.
Like
And,
dad jokes?
Yes, thank you. Yes, there's a lot of that going on. But he's a great man, 84 years old, and we're very proud of him, and he's very proud of his family.
And this is free?
Free.
Really?
We're going to take up a free will offering.
I
If
was gonna
someone
say,
wants to
you've-
give us a few shekels, we'll spend them. But that's always a great fundraiser for the church. The last time he came, it was a month after the terrorist attacks in Israel on October the 7th, 2023. And so we said we'll take up a free will offering to raise money to assist them in their recovery. And the good people donated $6,000.
Nice.
Yeah, we didn't charge any ticket price. So that's people, they'll pay for good entertainment.
Well, you've got those baskets, you might as well use them.
We're going to pass the hat
And
more
you've
than
got
once.
a book signing.
Book
and-
signing after. You can order it online also. If people want to go on Amazon, they can look for Lawrence MacDonald, Best Picture. You see it there. And he'd be happy to sign it for you on Sunday after the concert.
What's your favorite movie?
My favorite movie, interestingly, it is James Dean's last film with Rock Hudson and Elizabeth Taylor called Giant, which he introduced me to as a child. But that's a great movie about big oil ranchers in Texas.
It's unbelievable. I mean, how it's filmed.
Yes.
Yeah, and you wonder, I mean, every scene, it's like, is this a set or is this real?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Don't mess with Texas.
No. All right, well, great. We'll see you Sunday. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks, Bart.
The pastor, Queen of the Miraculous Metal Church, Father Tim MacDonald.